You doing okay over there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, I forgot about this, and this is something I wanted to bring up. I got an email from a guy that's starting a new t-shirt company called Hike and Ride, which already sounds like Park and Ride. But this guy believes he's going to fucking solve the cotton t-shirt problem by making bamboo t-shirts. So I'm gonna read this email exchange for everyone. Kevin's heard a little bit of this, but not all of it, and this is gonna be funny. So, hi, I won't lie, I'm slightly nervous contacting you. I really do not want to be someone you destroy on your next rant. However, I have to take the risk. I like your site. I have founded a new snowboard brand catered toward the UK market with global intentions. It is called Hike and Ride, parentheses H&R. Now, I have the fun part of letting people know that I exist. Is this something you can help me with? If I wanted something posted on your site, how does this normally work? Have a look at my site and see what you think. I have a huge passion for the sport and the industry, and if putting something on your site is not possible, I would take any advice you can give. The site is hikeandride.co.uk. So, I hate these things. I hate when people do this. Usually, I always just email them some way so they know that it came through and just did not reach out to me. So I just responded with, not interested, you're too generic. And they are. I looked at everything and was like, done. Don't give a fuck. So that was at 6:42 p.m. At 11:58 a.m. the next day, I got, there is no way you read the About Us page. No. Well, actually, no, wait, hang on. There was one email before that, now that I think about it. Sorry, I'm screwing this up a little bit here. The first email actually I got was, why would I print it out? You're a condescending prick. So just so everyone knows, at the signature in the bottom of all my email, it says, if you're going to print out this email, just make sure it gets prime placement on the fridge. Otherwise, you've killed a tree in vain, and we need to be conserving trees. It's a generic signature. It's on all my emails that I send out. I mean, I know countless other people that work in marketing that have the same type of email in the bottom of it. Just, to do it. So this dude gets all angry about my signature. So that was at 6:57 p.m. At 6:58 p.m., I get another email. There is no way you read the About Us page. Oh, I read it. It was, we love snowboarding. We moved to the mountains. We decided to start a brand so we could take the power of this industry into our own hands and find a way to funnel our snowboarding and everything into blah, blah, blah. Circle jerk, it's generic. It's generic as fuck. It's just, I'll put a link in the description so people can go see how bad this website is. But, so this guy is just terribly, terribly butthurt. So, anyways, fuck it. I got nothing better to do, and every now and then when you get in a pissing match with someone, you can usually come up with something that's comedic gold. And on top of the fact, this guy reached out to me. Like, what did he want? Like, I gave him an answer. Mm-hmm. I'm not interested. Too generic. Kind of what he was looking for, right? Seems that way with his email.
Right.
So anyways, this is the email I wrote to him at 1 p.m. after, everything. The next day, I think. Upset much? If you can't take the constructive criticism, don't reach out, you dumb twat. Stop being a self-absorbed millennial wanker. Your name is that of something a 16-year-old would create. Your product logo is generic and cheap. Your product isn't anything that you can't make yourself with a silk screening kit. In general, it is as basic as a girl named Ashley ordering a pumpkin spice latte. Sorry for Kevin's girlfriend. Her name is Ashley. She's awesome. So, remember this, you dumb fuck. He reached out to me. And yeah, I did check out the About Us page. It, too, was generic. Blah, blah, blah. I like snowboarding. Blah, blah, blah. Snowboarding is cool. Blah, blah, blah. I remember when. What makes it different from the 27 billion fucking other generic companies? Nothing. Nothing at all. Your photography is weak. Your font choice screams basic. And the layout is a pre-made, untweaked Wix template. Which, by the way, has some serious flaws in it that you should address, as links aren't working. Yeah, a bunch of the links weren't working, and you could finger over everything with your cursor and just be like, oh my god, this doesn't work. It says Wix this. It would redirect you back to Wix's main page. It was awful. So there, now you know why you're generic, and I'm not interested. You are nothing more than a Me Too brand that does nothing to help snowboarding in any way, shape, or form, but demands that people should give you attention because you created a turd. Guess what? Everyone poops. Now, maybe this is your great way to get attention. Set yourself up to be ignored by me. Retort that you're a condescending prick. FYI, it's you are not your. Yeah, there was a bunch of grammar and shit errors. I hate being a grammar Nazi and a spelling Nazi, but when you really want to tear someone apart, you do that. And it helps your argument when you don't let your emotions supersede the logic and conform a full sentence. And hope that that was in parentheses when I did that. I should have stipulated that. So to go back to it, and I was like, and I hope that, I'm butchering this, but anyways, to go back to it, I put in there, and you hope that I take the bait and shit on your brand so you can then play the wounded victim while piggybacking off the exposure I will ultimately give you. Still reading this? Good. Print it out. Read it daily. Learn a life lesson from it and go forward and prove people like me wrong and make a brand that isn't a basic bitch. And then, maybe then, I'll consider giving you the fucking time of day, you stupid, petulant child. Now, okay, I tore that guy a new ass. Kind of proved points that were wrong with his website. Mm-hmm. And I know I'm butchering this in the reading, but
there's a few things in there that I want to point out that we like new brands. That's a cool thing. That's a good thing. But the new brands need to actually offer something. And printing a mediocre logo on a t-shirt and then selling them and then just using that money to fund your own snowboard life and or print more t-shirts, that doesn't help snowboarding. That doesn't further snowboarding. You're not unique. You're not doing anything new. So at that point, no, we don't care about you.
No, we don't. Sorry. But anyways, so he responds back at 10:59 a.m. the next day. You wasted your time. You think you're amazing. You have a gimmick by being basically a rude twat, not even reading your responses. I am simply connecting with people within the industry, and that is not you. You fucking reached out to me, dude. I don't even know you exist. It was simply you have 5,000 followers, which is fuck all considering how long you have been doing this. Enjoy your pathetic site, and the funny thing is, I've been in and around the industry for over 10 years.
Yeah, sure.
And do you know why you're own with your approach? It is quite simply not how riders are, not how brands are, and probably why you spend every one of your miserable days on your own having no body to ride with. I'm telling you, this guy is just angry hate typing right now. He's probably crying into his keyboard.
I mean, he's right. You don't have any friends. You don't know anybody in Summit.
Yeah. Have you ever even been on a mountain, you miserable fuck? I live at 9,600 feet. I'm on a mountain right now. You fucking idiot.
And how long did you literally live on Breckenridge? Was that 5 years you were up there?
7.
6
years? 6 years, I literally could ride back to my house right off Breckenridge. Now piss off and carry on entertaining people that only follow you to laugh at you. You have no credibility within the industry, and quite frankly, I am writing this because I am having fun winding you up. Look around. You realize anger is not what the mountain snowboarding or the industry is made of. Off. Maybe you should wank or something to calm those angry nerves down, because there is no way someone as pathetic as you knows what to do with a human, let alone a female. What if I'm gay, dude? Just throwing that out there. Maybe I like guys.
You don't know.
You don't know me. The funny thing is, you will have read this. I have no idea what you said because it doesn't interest me. Bye for now, prick. Okay. That's fine. Bye for now, prick. All right. And here we go at 6:42 p.m. from me. And yet you're still responding. Want some cream for that butt hurt? You came to me, not the other way around. Remember that. I find that if you engage people with the least amount of response when they go full ballistic, it will set them off even more. So, of course, at 1:04 p.m. the next day, because time gap and everything, I will finish with this. Yes, I came to you with what I am doing. It is not generic. I am using a bamboo material which is extremely soft and fast wicking and is an awesome fabric. You're so original. Oh my God, You're so original. Bamboo. All right. I do not like writing in an aggressive manner, but as you saw, I am capable of this. I wouldn't call that aggressive. I would call that more like a whiny little 15-year-old girl broke up with her boyfriend and is writing on MySpace. Timmy broke up with me.
Good reference.
Yeah, great, right? Shows my age. I understand your angle, and for the public, if it is how you want to promote yourself, crack on. But when people simply ask about you posting a product on your site of which you advertise as something you are okay with, it is not good for anyone to reply the way you did. Excuse me? It's my site. I can tell you to suck a fart out of my ass if I want to. It doesn't matter. I'm the gatekeeper here to everything. Like, if you... Oh, my God. Here we go again. This industry needs new brands, new ideas, and new influences to help it survive. If you had any love for the sport, you would change your methods when people approach you. No. That's all I'm going to say. You should not be deterring people from doing good in the industry on a professional level. You should also not be responding as you talk on Facebook to followers. It is funny at best, but away from that, you should simply reply the products or ideas or whatever it is are not something you want on your page. I am mentally strong and, funnily enough, not going to be even slightly worried by your words, as I feel is the same for you about mine. I do, however, think if others approach you to consider the sport, the people involved in the industry as a whole, before firing off bullshit comments purely set to offend. I wish you no ill will, but equally wish for no response. We are done here.
Did he say funnily?
Yeah.
That's not a word,
I know, no. He's British. They say aluminium over there. So
do I.
You wish you were British.
No.
Okay. So, anyways, I'm not one to back down. I'm going to shit on you even more because I know this guy is just getting worked up and emotionally crying. Like, if I put these emails on the green screen behind us and you saw all the typos and how everything was just one giant fucking run-on sentence, it just tells me that this guy is just... I'll show him! No, rubble, I don't need you! Fuck you! You came to me, dude. You came to me. So this is me being more logical than he is. Let me explain something to you here, Chief. You reached out to me and I simply dismissed you. As like many other brands before you and many that will come after you. As generic and that I'm not interested. It's fucking black and white. I mean, I'm not interested, right? A reasonable person would go, well, that didn't go as I'd hoped, but hey, it's a simple rejection. Maybe I can learn from this. You, on the other hand, decided to load your responses with illogical emotions because you can't fathom that someone who has been around a lot longer than you, seen a lot more than you, and done a lot more than you in this industry doesn't give a shit about your generic brand. Then, when your attempt at saying, I hadn't even checked out your brand's About Us page, or the product actually gives you the critical response you need, and I'm going to stress this need, because he clearly didn't want anything from me other than to piggyback off exposure. Not the one you want, you retort like a preschool child who thinks they make the rules when playing a game with an adult. Because this guy's a fucking child. Finally, after that, you still respond as if it will change my mind about your crap brand or how I conduct my business or even how I interact with people. In the end, you're too short-sighted to see that you brought this all upon you. You invited yourself into my world when you decided that my response wasn't what you wanted. And that's true.
Yeah.
I never even heard of this fucking brand. And I really, literally do not give a fucking shit. He could send me a t-shirt, I will wipe my ass with it. That's about it. Frankly, I've made a career of calling it how I see it. That has been my choice, and burning bridges with brands 100,000 times bigger than yours will ever be has lit the way forward on a path I make. No apologies for. Nor will I ever. And that's true. I burn bridges like there's no tomorrow. But that's my choice. I'm allowed to. You piss people off. Because unlike you, who is of the mindset that snowboarding owes them something, it owes me nothing, and I will do what I see fit for the future of snowboarding to repay it for everything it has given me. Snowboarding is an industry I have had a hand in shaping and done more by myself without a guide than you, with your cookie-cutter, uninspiring logo, Wix website, and boring-ass origin story will ever accomplish. because unlike myself, your brand is formed out of the same stock formula that is as old as being a snowboard bum. You might not believe me, but it is. You think you're the first to send me a product pitch just like this? You're not. Oh, but let's talk about Bamboo product. Yes, it's so unique and so original. No one has ever done that before. Oh, wait, they have. Oh, you're silk screening a logo on, which looks like a generic pre-existing font, albeit one that doesn't utilize the beauty of kerning or even adjusting the outlines of the lettering so it gets rid of that rough, unhewn look. I mean, if you look at his logo, it's like it's all jagged. It's just cheap. It's cheap as shit. But yes, Bamboo is great. I can source the same shirts you're selling for about $4 to $7 US. I can even utilize an environmental ink for about another $2 to $4 US. What I can do better than you is find someone with a real illustrative skill who understands making an iconic logo and font that will become recognizable with the brand. I can also come up with a better name than Hike and Ride, which sounds like a side to the Park and Rides we have here in the States. It's a name that when you look at it, you cringe. Oh, but yes, let's address the 5K followers. You have 48 on Instagram. You're not even in the triple digits. So you have no room to talk. Let alone the fact I'm on 6 different platforms. YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, website, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So there's multiple ways, that we're out there. Each utilizing a different reach. One of which has had over 2,000% growth in only 3 weeks, and another that consistently has 300% growth every month as I reach a new and viable market share. Shout out to you guys on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. You're killing it for us. We're reaching new people. I love it. But let's not forget where it started in the www code of the internet, a website that brings in over 2.5 million views a year from 191 countries. Which, even if I could audit your website, your traffic doesn't even generate what I do on a Thursday in May when people have looked to other hobbies than snowboarding. But yes, you're superior. I get it. Your mom is proud of you. I get that you paid $10 for a domain name. You probably spent about $200 to make up some first run shirts, and you're bootstrapping your enterprise. You think you're really grabbing the world by the balls and going to change it, but newsflash, you're not. While I find it admirable for anyone to start a business in this global economy and climate, I don't owe you anything. I don't have to play by the rules you want, and you can sit there and get mad about it all you want. Why don't I have to give a shit? Because I have the audience you crave. The UK is my 3rd largest country for traffic. It accounts for 23% of my traffic. Shout out to all you guys in England. Now, I don't know if you have brain damage or perhaps you're a child of poor parenting, but as already mentioned, you came to me because you recognize the fact you need exposure. Well, yes, I have promoted brands in the past, and I will in the future. I am a gatekeeper. I can say what is and isn't on my site. I don't have to explain that. It should be basic fucking common sense. But here I am doing just that. When I say I'm not interested and your brand is generic, that is exactly what it means. But as you can't seem to get that through your skull, I will reiterate my point. My audience won't give a shit about your brand, and as such, I can say pass because the time that I would put into promoting you will be of little to no return on my reader and viewership. Do you get what I'm saying, or do I need to give you a picture of this? Like, literally, I was going to draw him a fucking picture. Frankly, I don't go out of my way to rip on brands. I let them bring it to me because it's almost formulaic in how it will happen. And as can be expected, you've gone through every step of the process perfectly. Kudos to you, Robert. You're an atypical twat. So, as I've already mentioned, perhaps you can use this as a learning experience. I'm going to use this for a fodder in a future podcast to showcase how people such as yourself shouldn't try to promote a new brand that is generic as fuck. So, keep on keeping on with your cookie cutter store brand knockoff. I'll be over here creating something original daily, which I do. Oh, and I can't wait to see your next response because I know you will respond. Your kind are all the same. You think you'll get the last word in or prove a point. Unfortunately, you can't grasp that you won't. And sure than shit. This is the response I got. As long as you don't edit it, I think the snowboard world will like what we are trying to do. Release it. I think he sent a press release in there. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. I don't really care because the press release is the same thing as their about page. But this is the epitome of how not to interact with people. I know I'm small media. That's fine. Like, we're not big. We're not Snowboarder. We're not Trans World. We're not White Lines. We're not On Board. We're Angry Snowboarder. The name speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You know, you know what you're getting. We don't give a fuck. Especially his first email. It was clear that he followed the website. But this is so formulaic. This is how it goes with every brand that I don't want to work with that emails me. I'm just like, no, I'm not interested. And then they go ballistic. They can't take no. These are the types of people that rape someone. I mean, they're trying to rape me with email to promote their brand. It's a promotional raping I'm getting over here. But, you know, I'm sorry. In the immortal words of Bobby Hill, let go of my purse! And then I kick him in the balls.
Yeah.
It's, you know...
Just...
What do you... Like, where do you... The brand is generic as fuck.
You kicked him in the ego nads. That's all it was. And he got all pissy because he thinks he's got the greatest thing since freaking mozzarella, and it's nothing. It's a freaking t-shirt brand. And it's bamboo, zippy. I've had bamboo 32 socks from 10 years ago.
I don't think that. No, those are probably about 7, but still. It's bamboo.
Years old.
Yeah, bamboo's not anything new. And like I said, if you guys, anyone wants to compete with this guy, just go on Alibaba.com. You can source the exact same shirts that he's got. You can probably find a local print shop, whether you want to go with a heavy silkscreen or an environmentally friendly ink. And you can make the same shirts for about $10 to $11 cost and still sell them. You could probably, depending on how much bulk you buy, it's just going to go down in price.
Right.
Hike and ride? Fucking hike and ride? Like, what? Hike and ride what? You hiking up skirts and riding dicks?
Our challenge to you is come up with a better name that is H and R. And just, I would like that.
Horse nad rash.
Like, if you come up with a brand name that has the exact same initials as this kid, and then just beat him at his own game, that would just, that would feel good.
I'm almost tempted to trademark the name Hike and Ride and then send him a cease and desist.
Ooh.
Just to be a dick. I would spend the $80 to do this, but I just don't give a fuck. Like, this guy is, as I said in the email, completely fodder for doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how fucking stupid are you? Just take your lumps, dude. Do you know how many times I've been rejected for doing angry from working with brands? And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll talk to him in another year. Yeah, I might get pissed and yell at myself or vent to my mom or something, or, you know, or to you or anyone that will listen. But I'm not going to just sit there and be a little bitch about it. This guy, fuck this guy, dude. I love how he's like, you're nothing in the industry.
Then why did you
come to me?
We're
came
nothing.
to angry.
But
you know, I've never even heard of this guy. I mean, maybe he's huge in the UK snow scene. I don't know. He's probably hanging out with Nick Mature, which, if anyone knows who that guy is, he sucks as well. But I don't care. He's probably hanging out with Sam McMahon from White Lines. Sam will probably just rip off podcasting like he ripped off a whole shitload of my articles. It doesn't fucking matter. Dude, you're part of the UK scene, which, compared to the global scene, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's tiny, you know? Yeah, you moved to the mountains. You discovered snowboarding. It's this grand thing, and you want to support it, and you want to be part of it, and you want to be the cool guy with the brand. You know what, dude? It ain't cool owning a fucking brand. It's work, man. You got to put in a shit ton of work. Dude, I put in like 18-hour days forever on Angry. Like, there are days I want to pack it up and just be done with it, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to snowboard, you don't want to start a brand.
Yeah. No.
That's really what it comes down to.
Dude, I do all this because I love snowboarding and I want to give back. But eventually, there's probably going to come a day where I'm just like, well, I got to pack it in and I'm done. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But this is the type of shit that just blows my fucking mind. Like, why? Why do you just get off your fucking high horse and come down to reality for a minute? You're not that cool. Why don't you do something, build a whole local scene, start organically, man? Shit, dude. Yeah, angry, definitely. I've written a lot of rants. I've burned a lot of bridges. I've done stuff. I've pissed people off. Somebody has to do it. I'm filling a void. I'm in a niche. That's it. This podcast is a complete niche as well. It's whatever. You know. Yeah. I don't know. You got any final thoughts on this?
Didn't he use the word funnily?
He did.
Did I already mention that?
Yes,
I
he
feel like
did.
I need to mention that again.
He
That's
did.
really be professional.
Should've
That's
been-
the other thing. If you want to bitch at us professionally. We might take it a little bit more seriously, like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
like that much more.
Oh my god, dude.
But at least like do it professionally. Use real words and grammar, and like back yourself up if you can. But
yeah,
funnily,
I don't know, man. I thought about writing an article about this guy, but I just don't even want to give him press. Like, doing a podcast is fine because it's filling a void. Some people find humor in this. They'll watch the YouTube section. It's whatever. I've got bigger projects to work on. I'm actually creating content daily. I mean, shit, the other night I couldn't sleep. I stayed up for 3 hours and made stop-motion John Cena corn videos for the product review series. I'm going to do 200 plus videos for the product review series. We've done 150 videos on YouTube since we started it just over a year ago on there. This is our third podcast. I've done 5 with Z-Griff. I've done 4 for Angry Asks, 2 of which that aren't even up yet. I'm making content on the daily. I'm reading, I'm writing, I'm sending emails, all this shit. Dude, I don't have time for this shit. Just the fact that this guy just needed to be put in his place. And the only reason I'm even reading these on this podcast is I want people to understand. I will do this again. I will tell you, no, piss off. I don't care about your brand. But this is what I seriously get emails about new brands like this 10, 15 times a month. Like, I don't care. Bring something to the fucking table. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next and possibly final segment of this episode. Although there might be a hidden one in there too because there's something funny I want to talk about.